So anyway, guys, there's such a thing as a one-trick pony, which means the person only does one thing in their life and they're only good at one thing. But maybe I'm not that, because before I even picked up a guitar at age 15, I'd already mastered Frisbee, so I could do Frisbee really well. I'm really good, and this is at 57 years old, and I really haven't taken it seriously since I've been 15. So that's what 42 years of not really caring, and I'm still pretty good considering. And it gives you an idea how good I might have been at 15 years old. I could throw 50 yards. That's half a football field. I threw forearm, not sight, not backhanded. I didn't throw like this. I threw like this because your wrist goes forward better than it goes backward. This is backhanded. This is forehanded, which is harder. And I was really good at it. And even at age 13, I could take a frisbee. This frisbee's slippery right now. I could take a frisbee at age 13 and go to a baseball field and basically throw a home run at 13 years old. And this frisbee's slipping for some reason. I have another one here. If this is a pretty slippery frisbee, let me try this. This guy might not be. Yeah, that's got a little better. Well, anyway, and then I can spin them like this too. There's two different ways of spinning them. Oh, and then I can do a chest roll. Ah, blew it. Let's try it again. Oh, well, I'll try it again. Oh, jeez, man. Dude, I'm hitting CDs. That's better. I knocked a couple CDs off the thing, but that's not a big deal. That's two. Let's see if we can get a three. Oh, well, I didn't really count, did it? There's three. So, and then I can do this with them. I can go. Well, this is hard to. I didn't practice for this, by the way. I just started my frisbees and thought maybe I could show you guys some frisbee tricks. I don't know why I can't do this one. I used to be able to do that, and I can do. This is called. There's names for all this stuff. Like I can make it look like I'm defying gravity, kinda. Oh, man. Rusty. I can do this. There's names for all these things. I can tell you, but what I mean, who cares? You can Google it if you want, I guess. And then let's see if I can do two frisbees and one in each hand. I'm not a slouch at. First of all, I'm not a slouch at things I put my mind to. Second of all, I'm not a slouch physically. I am very acute with my body, and anything that has motor skills. I'm tired of calling my adopted. You get it, I'm as adopted, but my dad was a 6'3" Navy SEAL, and there's only two compliments he really gave his friends all throughout my life. One is that he's never seen anyone do math like my son Jim, and that's me. And he says Jim has very good hand-eye coordination. And he didn't have to say that. He didn't have to butter me up for any reason. And this frisbee's slipping right now. Anyway, so I can do this. There's some things I can't do anymore that I could do, some of the wilder tricks. And there's this. You just tap the frisbee up and down. That's pretty basic, actually. But I don't want to make the frisbee go all over the room. Ah, man, no. All right. 2, 4, 1, 2, 1. Anyway, let's try that again. Jeez, talk about lack of control. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Jesus. I did not practice for this, by the way. 1, 2, 1. 1, 2. I hit a guitar there. I don't want to hurt the guitar out of the deal. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That was better. That's more the idea. That was. There's names for all those things. I hope I didn't scratch my guitar. Anyway, and I used to better go like this, pick it up. I'm not doing that for some reason. But yeah, I can go like this and go. I don't know why I'm not being able to go upside down with this right now. That's better. But then I used to be able to pick them up like that. I used to be able to pick a frisbee up from the ground from scratch just by starting to spin it? When am I getting weaker? Or just out of practice, or both? Anyway, I love you guys. Peace, rock. Well, you know, and just to comment on this, I did play baseball as a kid, and I was good, but we moved, when my dad got his Illuminati thing together, we moved to an area that only had like 20 people living in like a 10-mile radius. So there basically was no baseball team, but I played Frisbee and I was really good at it. And just a fun fact I want to talk about, just since I'm here, the moment I really learned how to do this, I told the moderator today, so I'm going to tell you guys. That's an important breakthrough when you can do that. From before you could, and then when suddenly you can. I'd like to tell you guys the moment I did learn that. I have found, this is a slippery Frisbee. I have found that I make my most physical breakthroughs, whether it's guitar, Frisbee, or anything else that, you know, that requires practice, when I'm in an emotional low, or when I'm not feeling like my body is maybe shut down or something. But let me tell you, I would like to share the experience that I had learning how to spin Frisbees. I was 13. No, I was before that. I could do them at 12. I actually could spin at 12, so it was more like 12. I was really good at it by 13, but at 12 I actually learned. We were at Sequoia National Park, my family, and we were camping out, and then we had my cousins, Kathy, Mindy, and Dana with me, and my sister Cindy, who later, well, I won't put her on the bus, but anyway, the 4 girls were out chasing guys, which I wasn't part of, LOL. And the adults were all sitting around doing old people stuff. So I didn't have anyone to talk to. I was way up in Sequoia, Kings Canyon National Park. The 2 parks. We're probably in Sequoia, but there's Kings Canyon right by it. And I was under a big tree, man, like a 2,000-year-old tree. You know, tree's still growing today, probably. And I just sat there, and I just had a Frisbee in my hand, and I said, well, screw it. Can I just spin this thing? And all of a sudden, I started spinning it. But it wasn't at a happy place I was in. It wasn't like, oh, I'm so happy. It was more like I was already shut down and sad and emotionally bereft. But that's when the breakthrough happened. And I want to tell them similar experience this weekend. On Easter Sunday, it was raining cats and dogs, and I was sleeping half the day. And I was under the weather. I couldn't take I didn't walk Saturday or Sunday because of the rain. But Sunday, I wasn't even playing guitar when this happened. I was just resting or meditating, and suddenly I got my pinky breakthrough on the left hand, and it just came to me on Easter Sunday, 2024. And it wasn't the high point where, oh, I'm happy, I'm out of my walk, and it's a sunny day, and I'm cheerful and happy. It was more like, screw it, man, I don't know, whatever. But in the midst of the blues, if you want to call it that, I suddenly got my pinky breakthrough. And now on guitar, I'm actually fast enough on the left hand to keep up with my picking, because the pinky is as fast as the other fingers. When you have a slow finger that you're using, it slows you down. You can only be as fast as your slowest finger. So anyway, I love you guys. Peace, rock and roll.